There it is. Okay. And you guys can see my screen, right? Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we good? Okay, good, perfect.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. We are in business.
Is that
Okay.
Joe? Welcome back, Joe.
Yep, that's
Thank you,
Joe.
Dave.
Joey, hey buddy, how you feeling?
I'm doing all right. How you feeling, G?
I'm feeling good, buddy. Glad to see you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
But
Hey G, I'm gonna make you co-host since you
I feel so important.
Damon the trainer, man. I was just thinking about you today. I had to talk to
How you
you.
doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Okay. Make
I
post.
heard G's about ready to make some s'mores out there in California.
Who?
It's far away from me, but it's bad, man. It is bad.
It's so much far from me.
It looks bad.
Yeah, I'm in Santa Monica, and we are in the yellow zone right now, which is like standby.
Oh, man.
Okay, guys. Well, we pray that the people in LA and different counties in California are safe. This is a definitely catastrophic. So just pray that the people are safe and they can rebuild. All right. Okay, guys. Today we're on guerrilla marketing. I know we were going to talk about this one day, and I forget what happened. That we canceled the training for some reason. I forgot, and then we switched it up. But we're back at it today, dealing with guerrilla marketing. You guys know what guerrilla marketing is? Who knows what guerrilla marketing is? Who knows exactly what guerrilla marketing is? Who's familiar with the terminology, guerrilla marketing? Where's all my seasoned salespeople?
Mass marketing at one time. Hitting multiple leads.
Yep, mass marketing. That's part of it. What else? Come on now. I know
Guerrilla marketing is like guerrilla warfare. It's kind of like it may not be
and targeted.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the traditional marketing. It might be a pop-up is a good example of doing guerrilla marketing. Things like that.
Right. And it was more of a cheaper way and more affordable cost to market because it was done on a massive level. It was, something that wasn't too high tech, giving out a bunch of cards, doing a bunch of spam, sending out information to groups of emails, things like that. This is typically what guerrilla marketing is centered around, mass marketing, the cheap way, for lack of better words. Okay. So this is another effective way to get your brand out. One of the things that we talk about all the time is just really getting out your name and letting people know exactly what it is that you do. Guerrilla marketing is just another way of doing that. Okay, so so the question is, have you guys ever seen a marketing campaign that really surprised or caught your attention in an unsuspected way? This is more like guerrilla marketing. Have you ever seen a campaign that caught your attention and it was kind of sleazy? Maybe it was kind of edgy. It may have been. It just caught your attention in an unexpected way. Like, wait, okay, I understand that. Maybe it was a play on words. All type of things of that nature is kind of centered around what guerrilla marketing typically does. So, from a mass marketing standpoint, I remember back in the day, you guys used to see those signs on the windows that said out of going out of business. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You see big signs on the set going out of business. Well, if you took a good look at it, a lot of those signs did not say going out of business. It would say going out for business. Did you guys know that?
No.
But the way that they had it printed out, your mind read going out of business, but instead of out, it would be for. Okay, so they were going out for business instead of out. So they were still a lot of marketing.
Shut the door.
All right, let's get the mics
I
on
got
mute.
That's
got it.
pretty funny.
Okay. So, and then just doing big campaigns like that. So let's spot the guerrilla campaign. Okay. So I'm going to show you a series of different images and videos and different marketing campaigns that some is going to be traditional while others are going to be guerrilla type campaigns. So what I want you guys to do is to guess which one you think is a guerrilla campaign. Okay. So what about this one? You guys ever seen this before?
No, but
Okay.
it's for sure a guerrilla campaign.
Yeah, it's definitely a gorilla.
That's definitely a guerrilla campaign, right? All right. What about this? No, okay.
If
They got that billboard, G.
Advertise here. You need something?
Yeah, advertise here. Okay. Which one is guerrilla marketing? Which one would you say would be guerrilla marketing? Advertise here sign, newspaper.
No, it feels like that McDonald's one.
yeah,
The McDonald's one's more branding, I think.
McDonald's, that's branding. I would say, I would still say, it's more branding.
Yeah, the newspaper you could use as guerrilla marketing, or the billboard, I think would be guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, because you can put more out there. But I would agree. I would agree with that. I would agree that McDonald's is more branding than it would be guerrilla marketing, because with the newspaper you can put a lot of different ad campaigns in there. The advertising, the advertising here, you can put different campaigns there. So
Going out for business.
Going out
Yeah,
for
but I mean,
business.
But I mean,
Exactly.
isn't guerrilla marketing using unconventional techniques to market?
It is.
So
It
I
is.
feel-
With the paper.
I feel like the McDonald's one is an unconventional technique for McDonald's, right? That you don't see that a lot.
I would
Yeah.
agree, but if they had people out there on the street corners passing out coupons and flyers and things like that to bring people to the restaurant,
Right. That would be more
then it would
guerrilla.
be guerrilla marketing. But being it's just a McDonald's painted on the ground, it's more for branding and awareness. My
You
opinion.
know, what's funny is I Googled guerrilla marketing and that McDonald's one comes up as the picture.
That's funny.
So this is the guerrilla marketing one here.
I mean, I literally just typed in guerrilla marketing and the picture is that McDonald's. I swear, no lie.
I said all of them.
You said all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like this is more
It's
branding.
more permanent. It's more permanent than an ad in a newspaper.
Right.
I don't think a newspaper or a billboard is guerrilla marketing. That's not an unconventional tactic to market. A lot of people market in newspapers. A lot of people market on billboards.
Yeah, but unconventional. What about the advertisement sign here? Going out for business, guerrilla marketing or no?
I don't think so.
I mean,
So
it targets. I mean, billboards are to target, passer buyers on the highway or something. You know what I mean? So it's
It says
targets their market.
guerrilla marketing uses an element of surprise to create an impact. It's unconventional. Uses unconventional tactics to create memorable images or activities, and it's cost effective. A billboard would not be. Yeah, billboard's traditional marketing.
I mean, I used to do my guerrilla marketing with the pizza businesses. We would go out and we would sell pizzas at the gas stations, at the bars, have them already made in our hands. I'd have guys with signs on the street corners advertising the prices, the sales.
Yeah.
There's something that's outside the box where most people don't think about doing.
Yes.
there you
Yes.
go. Here's our winner.
And Mo, I appreciate you keeping a straight face on this one. Yes.
So, all right, yeah, I was just going along with the get along. So this is guerrilla marketing, okay? This is guerrilla marketing. So good job, G. But technically you cheated. Okay, this is traditional marketing, but that's good. Here's your traditional marketing. Traditional marketing is ads in the newspaper, things of that nature. That's your traditional marketing. So G was right. Non-traditional ways of marketing and capturing the attention of the masses of people. So the big McDonald's sign was in fact guerrilla marketing. Okay, the newspaper would be traditional marketing. The advertising would be also traditional marketing. We're working on a deal right now with like this with a billboard. Um, so this would be traditional marketing. Okay. Okay. What about chatbots? Guerrilla marketing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's sending out massive advertising and marketing, and communicating right in the from the chat box, or on whatever type of product that you may have. They may the chat box may even do call outs to you, do sales calls and things of that nature. I saw advertising the other day where the AI actually calls out. I believe that someone presented this to us before. The AI actually calls out and do a full sales presentation for you. I didn't like it, but it does it. Okay. I didn't like it. It sounded too robotish.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but these are forms of guerrilla marketing. Okay, so good job, man. I was trying to see who was going to come up with that. Okay, so guerrilla marketing is an unconventional, creative, and low-cost approach to marketing. All right, that relies on surprise engagements and out-of-the-box thinking to capture attention in high-impact ways. So out-of-the-box thinking. So when you guys are marketing and you want to use a guerrilla marketing technique, you want to do some what's some example of some out of the box type thinking to capture ways to draw attention toward your particular page or product, things of that nature. What are some ideas that you may think that you can use as guerrilla marketing, unconventional, creative, and low cost? And that's really what and I don't know if you guys want to agree with, but that's really what a lot of this content making is about. Okay, just unconventional, creative ways and low cost approaches. If people are videoing their own commercials now using iPhones and just and circulating and trying to get their views increased, right? So low cost. What's a good one? What's a good way?
I just want to say something real quick to answer that question too. I think any kind of engagement, especially through social media, can be a good way to guerrilla market. I saw, I don't know, a couple years back, Morton's, the steak restaurant.
Yeah.
Right there, just a regular person was on Twitter, which is now X, I don't know, whatever, Twitter, and they, just a normal person, not a celebrity, was landing in Chicago, and they tagged Morton's and said, "Hey, Morton's, I would like this delivered at the airport. I land at 5 o'clock," and they wrote a menu, just a joke, Someone at the Morton's marketing team saw it and had the local restaurant grab that food and meet him at the airport when he got off the plane, just a regular person. Now, I don't know if the guy was a real guy and this was like kind of a viral marketing technique, because that happens sometimes, but just that kind of engagement, that's guerrilla marketing, and a ton of people saw it. It went viral.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what's some of the key characteristics of guerrilla marketing? What's some of the key characteristics of guerrilla marketing? So exploring the bold, innovative, and low-cost strategies that define guerrilla marketing. Well, number one, unexpected and bold. When you're doing guerrilla marketing, you want to implement some type of guerrilla marketing techniques to get exposure to your product. You want to create something that's unexpected and bold, right? Something that's going to step out and stand out right then and there and catch the attention of many people. So these campaigns push boundaries. Like I stated earlier, They're edgy, right? They're edgy. So they push the boundaries and dare to be different, leaving a lasting impression by standing out from the crowd. Okay. So some people do things like, run through the street, half naked in the rain or something, something bold and showing people maybe an umbrella or something, whatever it is that they're something that's really edgy that's going to catch the attention of the masses of people, okay? Especially depending on what you're selling. Something that's cost effective, right? So you want something that people gonna say, what the heck are they doing? Oh my God, look at the umbrella, look at the coat, or look at these shoes, or whatever it is, but what the heck are they doing? So this is what unexpected and bold reactions are going to be from guerrilla marketing. You want to do something that's going to be cost effective. Typically, guerrilla marketing is cost effective. So instead of relying on expensive ad spots or media buys, it utilizes low cost type budget and low cost type tactics, such as clever street art, viral stunts, right? What about have you guys seen the I don't know if you guys have that where you live at, but you have the people that's outside on the corner and they're turning the signs and things like that and saying, hey, here's a tax office or here's a discount. Okay. That's something that's unexpected and bold. You may even have them on the corner dancing. Have you guys seen that? I know in Florida, we have them.
Sure.
Yeah. They'll be on the corner dancing, right?
I had it for my mattress business. I had like a, I don't know, 18-year-old kid, first job. He would go out there and twirl the sign, and I used to pay him like $200 for every customer that came in and bought something. If it was a mattress, it was a high ticket item.
Guerrilla marketing.
When it's tax time, they do the Liberty.
Exactly. The Liberty. They put the mascot in the Statue of Liberty uniform, and they have the sign out there, and they have them dancing and flipping the sign. That's just guerrilla marketing. It's unexpected and bold. It's cost effective. Like G just said, they paid $200 for every sale that came through the door from that guerrilla marketing. It's engagement focused. These campaigns normally encourage people to get involved, whether by sharing content or attending an event or engaging in a playful challenge. What about that? What about challenges that you could create to get people through the door? Okay. What about memorable, making things memorable? A combination of creativity, unexpectedness, engagement ensures that the audience remembers a campaign long after it has passed. Okay, think about some of the campaigns that's just memorable to you. We talked about that one day, and you think about, maybe some of the ads that has been ran over the years, and it's just memorable to you. I remember the lady used to say, "Where's the beef?" They kept saying, "Where's the beef?" Okay.
Two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles,
right. See, it was memorable. That's memorable, right? That's a combination of creativity, unexpectedness, and engagement.
Got milk?
You got milk. That's another one, right? That's another one. See? So these are memorable engagements, and so but you remember the slogan, or you remember the commercial, but you also remember the product, and that's what you're trying to do when you're attempting to get people to recognize what it is that you do and what your products are. When you talk about from a marketing standpoint, you got to be unexpected and bold. You have to be engagement focused. You got to get people engaged. Okay. One of the things that I try to do on my pages, and I don't really too much get into politics or religion or anything like that, but you want to put something that will spark the interest of people that's going to engage in maybe a conversation, draw attention to your page, something interesting, maybe something that's going on in the market right now. Okay. Maybe something that's going on in the world right now. Okay. So, these type of engagement and conversations just to get attention to your page. Have you guys ever seen, have you ever seen, and this is, I said this on one of our other trainings before, and I learned this some years ago, that they would use on social media, they would use like maybe disformed children, or something that's wrong with a person that may be paralyzed or whatever, and say, and then the post would say something that would be really sad with that person, or something that's going on with them, but the post would say, watch you scroll by me without saying amen, or watch without you sharing. But when you look at where it came from, it come from some marketing company, or it come from some particular company. So when you like and click this page, you now just like to click there and subscribe to their page. And so this is a form of guerrilla marketing, because they use unexpected and bold techniques to get you to come and look at their page and join their group, right? That was guerrilla marketing. It was cost effective. It was engagement focused. People felt bad if they didn't say amen, and they didn't say, share this page. I bet you it would say something. I bet you won't share this page of this young lady who needs whatever. Okay, so this is just another way of tugging on people's heart, and but really getting them to draw attention to their main page. That was a form of guerrilla marketing. These people, they really was not concerned about, whatever their topic was. They just used that as a bait and click type deal. Okay. So that's what that is. But it was memorable. So why does guerrilla marketing? Why guerrilla marketing? Well, the reason why, because it captures the audience, the attention of the audience quickly. This is a way with typical and traditional marketing. It does not capture the attention of the audience quickly. It's over time. But because you're using and implementing a way that's bold and it stands out, it's going to capture the attention of the audience quickly. It also maximizes the limited budgets, okay? So people don't come, think about it. I mean, when you start off in business, start off building your team, a lot of times we didn't have budgets. We didn't have any money to do marketing. We couldn't pay social media marketers. We couldn't pay for all this advertisement. So we had to get creative and do guerrilla marketing. We had to start, making our own flyers. We had to start, getting people to come to our page using controversial subjects, things of that nature. But it was maximizing our limited budgets. This is why you use guerrilla marketing. Some of you all don't have the budgets to go out and pay these marketing companies to do, major campaigns for you. It also encourages word of mouth. Clever campaigns often generate a buzz and get people talking. You got to create a clever campaign. You want people talking about your product, or you want people talking about you and what you do. It drives the brand recalls, right? It makes memorable campaigns. It makes a lasting impression. This is what guerrilla marketing does. So this is a way to create effective marketing on a low budget. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Here's some key types of guerrilla marketing. Let's look at this. Okay, so this is called ambient marketing. I don't know if you guys ever heard of ambient marketing, okay? This is when you're placing ads in unusual, unexpected locations in a way that engages people. Give you an example, IKEA. IKEA installed small apartments in the metro stations to let people interact with their products in real life. So they're placing ads in unusual and unexpected locations, right? In a way that engages people. What about have you guys ever been in the bathroom and saw the cameras at the stool for the guys? So as you're using the bathroom, not the camera, the TV screen, they have the marketing campaigns. You guys seen that?
No.
No? Nobody's seen that before? It has a TV right in front of the stall, like a little monitor, and then, as you're using the bathroom, It has all its commercials that's running through. This is a place in the ad in unusual and unexpected locations.
I've seen
I
him at
see it
the
in
gas station.
restaurants.
You
At the
see them
at
at
the
the gas
restaurant.
station? Really?
At the pump, like a screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
that's
seen
the
them
one,
in
yeah.
I've seen them in the truck stop restaurants and at the gas pumps.
Yeah, right. They're in the restaurants and at the pump. Same thing.
Maybe
Yeah,
even at
exactly.
the airport.
Yep, for sure. That's ambient marketing. Look, they go to the airport. That's ambient marketing. Okay. What about experiential marketing?
Yeah, I saw when I was traveling over the for Christmas, I was at the airport and they had like a Skittle machine where you could pick the different flavors of Skittle and it would like come down these tubes and put it into like a container, like the candy. But it was a vending machine for Skittles, not like a pack of Skittles, but you could pick like your different flavors and it would throw them all into a cup.
Yeah, what country
Right.
was that?
Experimental.
That's right. Experiential marketing. Am I saying it right?
No, it is. You are. I never heard that phrase.
Yeah. So that's exactly what you just stated. Okay. That's creative, immersive experiences where consumers interact with the brand. Coca-Cola, happiness machine that dispense free products and prizes, creating a memorable, positive experience. You guys seen that before. The machines, right? You seen that type of marketing? Free prizes. What about street art? Our outdoor advertising. What we started earlier. We talked about earlier, the McDonald's sign. Using creative visuals on the public spaces. Okay. McDonald's decided to make a big, huge portrait on the street. But it's creative marketing, right? Using outdoor art. What about flash mobs, spontaneous performances, right? In the public spaces.
Vehicle wraps.
Vehicle wraps? That wouldn't be flash mobs.
Well, no, I'm not. I was on
that
the
would
outdoor.
be street art, right? Yep, you can. I mean, I guess that could be. Creative. Yeah, that would be good. Yep, a vehicle wrap. Yep, exactly. You guys seen this before, right? Flash mobs, right? Where people spontaneously create performances, start singing in the public, or dancing, performing, so the crowd can gather. Okay, to capture their attention. That's another technique, right? So that's you're trying to get if you want to gather a crowd. We did this one time in a trade show some years ago. At the trade show, we brought in a guy, one of those robot type guys. He would he paint themselves all gray, the whole body. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. And they look like a statue that moves and dance. Right, and he would perform, and I mean, it looks like he's made of clay. And what we would do was put him in a trade show and gather the crowd, and the crowd would gather around him and watch him perform. But we had our booth right there, so that was to get the attention of the people to bring them close to our booth. That's an example of a flash mob or spontaneous performances in public spaces that gather crowds. So this is another way of guerrilla marketing and using affordable techniques and creative thinking outside of the box to gather people. Okay, you didn't pay for a commercial on TV. You didn't have to get space in between the commercial space between the halftime on a football game. You didn't have to put any type of marketing campaigns to go out. I mean, this is another spontaneous way to gather customers. What about stickers and stencils? You guys seen this before, right? Placing branding on stickers and cups and shirts and things that you're going to give away. Okay. So the benefits of guerrilla marketing is low cost. It's low cost. So the benefits is that you don't have to come out of your pocket with tens and twenties of thousands of dollars to get out your message. It's high impact and memorable. And then it builds brand and loyalty and engagement. This is what you're trying to do. You're trying to build your brand to get that loyalty and that engagement from the audience. Why? Because you need this audience to buy your product and support your brand. This is just different ways, so start thinking about different creative ways that you can use guerrilla marketing to help grab attention to the people out in your audience. So what about challenges of guerrilla marketing? It's harder to measure, right? The return on investment. It's one of the things that comes along with guerrilla marketing is that people will like you, they'll like your pages, they'll gather in your crowd, they will root you on and things of that nature. But it's hard for you to measure the return on investment. It's hard for you to tell what type of outcome that you're gonna have. Okay, it's risk of backfiring if misunderstood, being edgy, right? Some of your edginess can be misconstrued. It needs significant creativity and planning. When you're doing guerrilla marketing, you want to make sure that you have significant creativity and planning. Why? Because some of it is edgy. Some of it you're using spontaneous techniques. You want to make sure you're not crossing over any line. You want to make sure that that's not too edgy. It's not too risque, right? So you need significant creativity and planning when it comes to guerrilla marketing. So just steps to a successful guerrilla marketing campaign. Number one, you have to know your audience. This is where I want to get to. When you start doing guerrilla marketing, you want to know who your audience is. Who are the people that's buying and supporting for you? The other day, I was looking at our statistics on our page and our interaction with people, and it was just breaking down how our audience was more women than it was men. I think we had 42% men and the rest was women. It showed also that our audience was coming from mainly from Chicago, things of that nature. So knowing your audience, so when you have that detail and that information, you know what to market. So if I want something that's really going to sell fast, I need to market something in the Chicago area that maybe a lot of women would be attracted to, okay, in terms of buying, right? Because I know my audience. From a marketing standpoint, I'm seeing the demographics. So what about create a simple but bold message? Create a simple but really bold message, right? So what about if you was in real estate? If I was in a real estate agent and just say I was a real estate agent in Chicago, right? And I wanted to, create a bold message, maybe something like leave Chicago now. And people will say, well, what's that about? Really, what I'm trying to get people to do is maybe relocate and use my services on relocation and maybe buying a house. But the message was simple and bold. Leave Chicago now. So now people see a bold message like, whoa, what is that about? That's a form of guerrilla marketing. Okay. What about leveraging the location? Right? What about leveraging the location? You guys used to hear all the time, location, 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 location in business, right? That location was everything. So what about leveraging that? What about focusing on creating a lasting impression? What about that? What about encouraging social sharing? Getting people to share your message, getting people to share your platform. How do you do that? What about creating online guerrilla marketing? So what's some ideas for commercial lending, right? So LinkedIn poll. What about a LinkedIn poll? Using LinkedIn polls to engage business owners by asking questions about their growth plans, funding needs. This is the engaged conversation. This is another way, right? What about challenges? Each poll could be cleverly crafted and highlight a pain point. We talked about this yesterday when it comes to the workplace wellness, right? We talked about highlighting pain points. But when you create a LinkedIn poll, where you can highlight this. It may be a good way to start connecting with CEOs and decision makers for your workplace wellness or your employee wellness program. So each poll could be cleverly crafted and highlighted, or to highlight the pain points. What's your biggest hurdle to scaling up? What's your biggest hurdle to retaining employees? What's your biggest hurdle to cutting costs and increasing profitability? Right? So with the final results linking back to your lending solutions, this approach builds engagement and raises awareness with a professional audience. So this is another way using LinkedIn. Okay? Here's an example, right? What's the biggest challenge you face with securing funding? Start getting, you can use this and get people to interact. Some people might say high approval, slow turnaround time. And so you know how to address that. So when you get someone that says, slow turnaround times, so now I get to call that customer and say, listen, my name is Mo. I'm with G2 Global Network. I've got funding available with very quick turnaround time, maybe 2 or 3 days. So you can target that right away because you know that they just said that slow turnaround times was their biggest challenges. So from a marketing standpoint, you want to hit their pain point first. But you did that by initiating different challenges or different polls. This will be a poll. What about people with limited funding options? Right? What about lack of credit history? What does that tell us as a marketing company, as a rep? So we can get a lot out of that information in terms of how to market to these particular individuals that has high approval standards. What about slow turnaround times, limited funding options? Okay, some of the biggest challenges. So financial advice about chatbots on business websites. So partner with business website or create a landing page featuring a chat box that offers instant financial advice. What about something like that? Or a business growth tips, giving out tips, information. One of the things that we should do in the credit industry years ago, we would just send out different federal laws to clients, and as we educate them over their time frame, we just send out, hey, here's a section code 205 from the Federal Credit Restoration Act. Okay, so just send out patches. Did you know that you don't have to pay a collection bill after so many years, or after 10 years or 7 years? Did you know? So a lot of your did you know that your chat boxes could do for you? So when you partner with businesses and websites or create landing pages and put that chat box there and ask, that would give instant financial advice, that thing can draw and bring in so many customers for you, using that. So as users interact, the box introduces commercial lending solutions to relevant queries. But the box can ask questions like, do you need capital? The box can ask questions like, are you looking for expansion? Okay, how fast are you looking for funding? Right? So leading to a consultation or application link. This is what the bot could do for you. Once again, you're trying to gather information. Okay, what about virtual training series? So host a series of short virtual master classes. I know you guys see a lot of that, master classes, right? Right? Who's that cool dude right here on there? He looks familiar. What about seminars with influencers? You guys see a lot of that going on right now. They're getting people like Shaquille O'Neal and rappers and hip hop artists, okay? MC, what's the guy's name? Not MC Hammer. What's the other guy's name that's doing a lot of financial teaching now? Thinking about it. So, but they're using different artists and using basketball talent and people with influence now to do master classes or give in that financial space. Okay, so seminars can be another way. Seminars can be another way. What about many financial health offers? So what about financial health checks? Financial health checks through Facebook or Instagram. When business owners sign up, they get a mini audit report that points out potential funding needs. Things like that. This is just one of the funding things. What about YouTube challenges, ads, right? What about physical pop-up stations? Okay. So what ideas have you thought about? What's the ideas have you guys thought about, in terms of getting your name out there in the brand? Have you been thinking about any type of, innovative, catchy, bold ways and cost-effective ways to get your brand out? Okay, have you been thinking? This is a rhetorical question, but I want you to think about that. What guerrilla marketing ideas do you have? What do you have that's catchy? What do you have that's bold? What do you have that's going to spark conversation, right? So an ad that people can ignore is an expense. An ad that people can't help but engage with is an investment. Okay? So we don't want people ignoring our ads. You don't want people ignoring your ads. So marketing's job is never done. It's about perpetual motion, continuing. We talk about that all the time. We must continue to innovate every day. We talk about this all the time. You can't stop. You got to keep marketing. You got to keep sharing. It's about continuing to keep going every day. You got to innovate. Try something different. You're trying to capture the audience. You're trying to engage with people and gain relationships. You're trying to build relationships. Okay? So here's some final takeaways. Guerrilla marketing is all about creativity and the willingness to take risks. When executed well, it can create deep, lasting connections without large budgets. That's what this is about. How do I create deep, lasting connections with people that I didn't necessarily have at first without a large budget? How do I engage with individuals without a large budget? What kind of conversations can we spark to gauge an interactive reaction? So you can use the polls, right? You can use those polls. Create a polls, a survey, okay? And things of that nature. But what can you come up with? Go ahead, I'm sorry, Jim.
No, I got one. This is the good one for our business. What we'll do is every week we'll do trainings. You and I will set up trainings. Maybe we'll do Thursdays and Fridays, and we'll get people in our network to join. We'll do it completely for free, and then they'll engage with us. Maybe we'll do that. It's a joke, but this training right here and all the trainings that we do is guerrilla marketing. Literally, everyone's here. We do this every week. Obviously we like doing it, but this is marketing too, right?
That's correct.
This is some of the reason why we do it too, is to engage with you guys.
That's correct. That's correct. It is absolutely 100% correct. So, when trying to get your product line out, and thank you for that, G. When trying to get your product line out and trying to get your brand out, you have to capture the attention of the people somehow. You want the people drawn to your pages. You want them drawn to your website, to your phone number. Okay? So that's what guerrilla marketing is. That's what guerrilla marketing. Any questions about guerrilla marketing?
Mo, I have an idea
Go
for my
ahead. Let's hear
page.
your idea. Yep, let's hear your idea.
So you know how my husband and I did the Road Chronicles?
Yes.
So we're thinking about actually doing Road Chronicles once a week.
Okay.
And when we do it, I want to say this segment is sponsored by the Workplace Wellness Program with G2 Global.
Good. Perfect.
Click the link below for more information, kind of thing, in my engagement.
Perfect. 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 I like it. Any other suggestions? Yeah, quiet tonight. What other suggestions and ideas that you may have as it relates to guerrilla marketing? What's some techniques and things that you could do to get your brand out and get the word out about what it is that you do in a cost-effective way?
Vehicle magnets.
Vehicle magnets.
I was thinking flyers.
Flyers.
Just hand them out.
I love flyers. I love the personal thing.
Mark said billboards. But remember, we're talking about that's traditional marketing, Mark.
Inexpensive.
And it's expensive.
Yep.
So guerrilla marketing is cheap marketing. It's cheap marketing. You know, maybe how about posting a bunch of marketing flyers in different groups all over social media? You just sit there and just keep copying and pasting, a bunch of different groups. What about things like that? It's time consuming, but I didn't pay a lot of money for that, and it's effective. What about creating a controversial topic that individuals could join in and link in on your page and bring traction to your page? What about something that's a little edgy, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was thinking about making a commercial, like a 10-second commercial for Facebook and YouTube, and like reoccurring that and putting it up as an ad. The commercial basically would be maybe a narrated commercial showing a business person saying to themselves, I need to get another store open. Maybe I could go to Damien at G2 Global. And then I would just pop on the screen and say, hey, how you doing? And go through a quick rigmarole, just a quick 10-second thing, and let people know they can get funding from me.
Yeah. Yes, that's that. I mean, I think that's effective. I think that's effective marketing. What about this? What is it called? When I think it's the chimp mail. What is it called?
No, MailChimp.
MailChimp. Thank you. MailChimp. What about things like MailChimp?
I mean, that sends out our marketing. It's very, you could do guerrilla marketing within there. I think any kind of engagement through social media where you have something that's unique. You see viral marketing all the time, right? Like who sees like Wendy's fighting with Burger King, right? On
Right.
Twitter or whatever. They're being snarky at each other. That's just their marketing department. So because everything's gone online now. So I think any kind of engagement's good. MailChimp can be traditional marketing as well, but there's definitely guerrilla marketing through that.
Yes, most definitely. Okay. Well, that's my training. I mean, I just wanted to kind of go over that, with you guys today with guerrilla marketing, just another idea, another angle to getting the word out. We've talked about social media marketing before, but this is just another way, when you're thinking about how do I, let more people know what it is that I do. You can use different guerrilla marketing techniques, things that may be a little, cutting edge or maybe a little bit edgy, things of that nature. You could create videos. You can have someone out, like G said, with a sign out. You want to create spontaneous reactions from crowds. Think about, what can you do to get a crowd? What can you do? And whether that's a crowd on social media or whether that's a crowd in person, what can you do? What kind of techniques can you use? Okay.
Is there a guerrilla marketing concept that you all, as leadership of G2, have decided that you're going to be utilizing?
No, we have not. We've used guerrilla marketing in the past for sure. Especially starting out, any business, you want to have cost-effective marketing ways and techniques and things of that nature. We use a lot of traditional marketing now. And guerrilla marketing is still effective, and I think we will start doing some of that as well. But this is, like I said, this is just another avenue, another way to market, another way to brand. Okay, this is not the only way; it's just another way, and it's cost effective, and that's what you want. Any business, you want to be cost effective but effective.
All
All
right.
right, that's the goal. That's the goal. Okay. Okay. On another note, before I end this call, so I'm going to switch conversations real quick because there's no questions on guerrilla marketing. The the emails that we're setting up for everyone for G2 Global.
Yeah. I was just gonna talk about that. Yeah. So I have everyone's email that's an ambassador that signed up. I'm looking on the call here. Everyone here is signed up. So I have a couple things. I have everyone's email already set up. The reason that you have not, well, except Benny. Benny didn't sign up as an ambassador. Everyone but Benny. I have everyone but Benny's emails ready. You'll get an email this week. It was supposed to be ready today, but our contractor asked for a day extension. The reason I haven't sent it out yet is because I'm waiting on our webmail to be set up. Right now, your emails are technically active, although not being used. I'm waiting on webmail to get set up, so that way you can just go to g2globalnetwork.com/webmail to access your email. There'll also be instructions in there in the email on how to set up your, if you want to set it up on your phone or on Outlook or Apple Mail, which is up to you. I personally like having more control of my emails, even my Gmails. I don't really like to go to gmail.com. I want to, have it on my phone or my desktop, but it's totally up to you how you do it. So you'll be getting that. It'll come with the email address and a really crazy password. If you want to change the password, when you click on the webmail, there'll be an option to change the password, so you can change it. And no one will be able to access your email or whatever. If you have trouble, you can just reach out to me or respond to the email that you get. You might get that over the weekend. I'll try to send it out over the weekend as long as everything's up and running tomorrow. You also are probably getting different marketing than you normally get. We're still working out the bugs in that. Prior to the way we're doing it now, we're using MailChimp now to basically do our marketing, but we're figuring out how the templates work and the formatting and stuff. So, kind of excuse the emails maybe looking a little funky or different than they were. Prior to this, Angel was having to do all the marketing and send out all the emails and use really big BCC lists and things like that. But we're no longer doing that. We're using an emailing system. So that the emails they might be a little rough for right now. So, but if you get emails from marketing@g2globalnetwork.com, that is the email address that will be having all the training, flyers and and all that kind of stuff. So, whitelist marketing at g2globalnetwork.com. And you can also, you can respond to that email. It does go to an inbox and we can respond back. So, you don't have to worry about, it's not one of those emails that you can't respond to. So if you have questions or something like that. So keep an eye out for your emails. I'll try to get it out over the weekend as long as the contractor gets me the, what we need tomorrow. It was supposed to be done today, but it's not. I created all the email addresses. I'm just waiting to send out the emails. Otherwise, if I do it now, you're going to click on the webmail. It's not going to exist. And then we're going to be closing down the virtual office soon. You'll get an email about it, this virtual office. And you'll be going to g2globalnetwork.com/Zoom, which will get you into the new virtual office. But it's not happening right now, but probably in the next couple of weeks or something. You'll get an email about that as well. The reason for that is a couple of reasons. One, we're able to upgrade the account. The way we have the account set up here, it's not able to upgrade to like a higher level of Zoom support and things like that, just the way that it was set up originally. And then two, we're going to be integrating Zoom into our back office, which would, if you're not signed up with G2, you won't have access to Zoom, to the trainings and things like that. Almost everyone here is signed up, so that won't be an issue for you guys. But yeah, that's the reason why. And then that will be like the new virtual office. It'll function the same way. And now you won't have to authenticate, and you won't have to remember what the big long link is, because you'll just be able to go to g2globalnetwork.com/Zoom, and that will take you right here. I think that's it for now, on my end.
All right, perfect. Okay, so no, that's good. That's good, Jay. I'm glad. Thank you for the update on that. I think that we are moving at a good pace. Okay, so and things are coming along just fine. I do want to stress that on the 24th that we will be having another ambassadors call. On the 24th, there will be another ambassadors call. So we are still actively seeking ambassadors. So we're going to keep on pushing until we get to that 100. Okay, so it's important that you guys help us to build that. And to answer your question, Mark, your question is about getting compensated. How do I get credit if someone signs up for an ambassador or anything else? Okay, so the thing is with the ambassadors, you don't necessarily get credit for that, but I guess what we can do, we'll talk about. We're gonna figure out something. I'll roll it out, but we're gonna figure out whether even as an ambassador to sign up for free, that if you bring someone else in right now as an ambassador, that you still can get an override, something like that. G.
We've been thinking about maybe doing the commission piece of it, the 10%. It's hard for us to do an MRB because they're not paying anything.
Well, it won't be an MRB. No, it wouldn't be an MRB.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about commission.
How would we introduce somebody? Would we just invite them to a call, or would we tell them to email you to sign up, or how does that initial introduction go for the new person?
So yeah, there's going to be an onboarding that'll happen for all new people. But yes, you invite them to a call. Invite them to the call that we're going to have on the 24th. Okay, or whatever opportunity that we have, opportunity calls that we may have. So right now, let's pump the 24th and get as many people out on that call as possible. Okay, it's just like the call we had the last time. The lead cards, all that stuff was sent out to you today. Elizabeth, check your email. So lead cards, the guys should have got an email with lead cards, and What else? The IRS 125 script. You guys should have gotten that.
Yeah, it went out. The email was your go-to resource, scripts, handouts, and more.
Yeah.
15 people opened it. So 40.5% with 7 people clicking on it. So you should see that in your inbox from marketing at g2globalnetwork.com.
What was the date you sent that out?
Today. It was sent out today at your East Coast. So you would have gotten it at 3:22 p.m. today. And let me just make sure that it was sent to you, Damon.
I got it.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay, so that's it for today.
Hey, I didn't get it.
You did not
Hold
get
on. Hold
No.
on.
That's because you're not worthy.
it.
Hey, Catherine, I know where you live. Come over there.
She's worthy.
Also, if you could check if Leon Katz is on the list, I'd appreciate it.
Yep, you're on the list. I can see it.
Okie doke. Thank you. And it came from where?
G2 Global.
What email address?
Marketing at g2global.com, and it went to your money address, Leon. Money at.
Okay, great.
What about mine?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Went to the dumpster.
Elizabeth Traer went to bluestar.tt.
Yep. Okay, let me see.
You should have it. And if you don't have it, it's probably in spam. Who was that?
Dion.
Dion, you want me to see if you got it?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Me too.
I'm looking for it, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I went out to money at your
They're
I
checking
don't know if
on
you want me to
what they
give out
sent.
your email.
I'll check my junk, and search right now. Marketing.
Didn't open. Yeah, it says it wasn't opened by you, but it said it does have a successful sent.
I got it. And I'm going to have to fix my email.
Okay, you got it.
A quick question, please. On the phone number, the 833-432-4823.
Yeah.
Is that a number that's the number on the handout? Is it okay to forward that handout forward it to the printer?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's our number.
Okay.
That's our number. Do you have your extension? Do you have an extension set up?
No.
Okay, well, so we need to get you an extension set up. Okay.
Okay, so
Hey, G, what's the name of the email?
I'll just wait until I get that.
Your go-to resources, scripts, handouts, and more.
Yep.
That's not me.
The email did not have the email template that I asked you about, Mo.
Did she send those out today or no?
No, I got IRS code 125, sales script.
Yeah, handouts.
Never handout, lead cards, workplace wellness, solar and EV solutions, funding request form. No, it doesn't look like the other thing here.
Okay, I'll
G,
make sure
can you
you
send
guys.
it to
I
me
thought
again, please?
she included that in there, but I'll make sure you guys have that on Monday.
Thank you.
And the extension, please, sir.
Yeah, and then also, if anybody on here that does not have an extension, I think if you don't have an extension for G2 Global Network, I want you to send an email to Angel. Okay, she'll set it up for you.
Hey G, this is Dion.
Hey Dion.
I don't see it.
Let me see if did you sign up as an ambassador? Are you?
Yeah. Yes.
You are. Okay, hold on. Stand by.
I don't have
So
it.
where do we get our extension from?
Angel.
Yeah, Angel. Hey, was
Is
I
it in
not,
our
was I
email?
not recording? I didn't record.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you
Why is-
were.
Yeah.
I thought it, but the button just says right now, look, watch this.
I saw it recording.
Yeah, it's recording. It's
recording.
showing recording.
Yeah.
It's
I should
showing
record.
recording.
Hey,
It
G,
says
could you
Yeah,
send it to me again, please?
No.
it says
I'm
recording.
sending my house panther over to you.
I mean, you know.
Okay,
Hold on.
guys, I gotta run. I got a hot date with a hot chick.
Ooh.
Enjoy.
You in a hotel?
That's right. Don't be jealous.
Oh, shucks.
That's right, Mo. Take the advice from the Road Chronicle.
That's right.
Yeah, G, I don't see mine. Please send mine again.
Me too,
I have
G.
I have to see how to do that.
Hey, G, guys,
Uh,
I'm logging off. Y'all can keep talk
Good
with
night,
G.
Mo.
I gotta
Good
go.
night, Mo.
Have
All right,
fun.
Mo.
All right. See
Thank you,
you
Mo.
all
Thank you,
later.
Mom. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay.
Jim,
All right. Thanks, yeah.
We
Good night,
appreciate your
all.
training always.
how do I get rid of this? That's there.
G working
What you
overtime.
trying to get rid of, G?
Huh?
Are you trying to get rid of?
No. I'm sorry. I'm doing 10 things at once. Let me look at reports. Hold on.
Okay.
On this. Let me see who got it and who didn't. You checked your spam, Elizabeth?
I did. There's nothing there.
You
Me
mean
too.
the package?
Let me see if I can just email this to one person. I don't know if I can. Not sure if I can. I don't know how to do that right now, so sorry. I don't know how to do that.
I
It might
need
take me a
that road
while.
card. I could have used it 3 days ago. Mo said, "Oh, I'll be there."
Well, I mean, it definitely shows here that it was sent to you.
I'm not seeing it though. What's the title?
Your go-to resources, scripts, handouts, and more. I'm gonna go back to it and I'm gonna look real quick at who it was sent to.
Okay.
You guys
Hold
have a
on.
great evening.
You too,
Thanks.
Dion.
Me too. Good night.
You too, sweetie. Let's
Bye,
see.
Eva.
Bye, baby. How you doing, darling?
Good.
That's cool.
I don't see mine at all. And I was in spam and it's not there
Okay,
either.
yeah, I have it here. It says your go-to resources, scripts, handouts, and more.
So you did find it, Dion?
Yeah, it was in my spam.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it might hit spam.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look. Hold on, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Okay, Elizabeth. Your email's bluestar.teetee@gmail.com.
Yes. I also have the Sequoia one, but I don't think it was in Sequoia.
So yeah, it says here that. Okay, open the email. Okay, yeah, you would have got it at 3:22 p.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Mine was like 3:24, 3:26. Just, you got to give them a few minutes in between.
All right. Yeah, I don't know how I can just send it to one person.
Could Catherine, could you like send me a copy of yours?
Hold on,
Why? You called me a retard.
You said you
Hey.
were a retard. Stop it.
Here, I have a solution. I have a
What?
solution.
Okay.
Here it is.
But I could have forwarded it to you, yeah.
There you go. There's the link to it.
Oh,
in the
in the
chat.
phone? All right, hang on a minute.
So does that give you your extension and all that
No.
in there?
No.
So where do you get the extension from?
Angel.
Email Angel. Yeah. So right now, this is all over the place. This is
Okay.
all over the
All
place.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing works. Nothing is good.
Okay.
Life's terrible. Don't count on anything. Mo's not here, so we don't have to do all the empowerment stuff now. Let's do the non-empowerment stuff. Everything's bad now. We're gonna get it together. It's just right now it's kind of all over the place because a lot of band-aids in the interim.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of band-aids. So
You're in charge.
mm-hmm.
We believe in you. You'll get us together.
Thank you. I gotta go, but I love you all. We'll
Love
talk
you
next week.
too.
Bye.
Good to you.
Good night, everyone.